And we're now recording. I forgot to press record right at the start, but we have ParkTim here versus DoctorKpullo, and one lumber camp going down for the Catans player, so you didn't miss much. Um, the Korean characters in Huns is is a really interesting civ pick for this map. Huns, and you're going ball first, and you're taking the next ball, Tim. Tim, it's no food, Tim. He doesn't need a park, he just needs a big pile of meat in front of him. That's all Tim requires. Oh, come on, come on, this ball could... Oh, no. Oh, no. The ball just ran nowhere. It kind of did a wiggle. It did a little ball dance. It does sometimes when you have this... When it has multiple things it has to walk past, it just glitches out. It can't handle it. There's too many faces. The ball gets confused. I've done this so many times when you... The ball should... if the game worked perfectly, the ball, would actually go under the TC. The ball was going at the right speed, it was chasing the right guy the entire time, all until the end, when all of a sudden, oh no, there's too many people around, and it gets confused, and it tries to chase the Vil still. It's still chasing the same Vil, but it just doesn't get under the TC, because it just has like a second of being confused, which doesn't really make sense, because then it just starts chasing again, but Age of Empires, am I right? Look at the food coming in for Tim, though. Another mouflon. How many mouflon does a man need? Does a Hun need? He must be on the same diet, yeah. Well, you don't have to worry about carbs if all you're eating is carne. What's happening over on red side? We've got sheep going a really suspicious direction for DoctorKpullo. No, what are you doing? The slaughter. Oh, they're leading the sheep to their deaths. Their death is on an open field. At least it's... Oh, wow. Oh, no. Oh, Doctor. Oh, Doctor, I think we need to call a vet. Maybe he can work on people, but this man cannot work on animals. Don't let him near your livestock. Whoa, no. That's quite a sight. Those shepherds, I think, need to find a new job. Get some employment professionals in. Yeah, it looks like you might be better off working in a Fatoria. Alright, bringing in that second ball. And we're starting to wall this off. This is probably smart. We saw this in the first game we watched on Volcanic Island as well, where you can kind of make like an egg wall around your wood. You can ignore your TC. You can either wall to your TC, or you can wall off a bit smaller just to make sure you get a full wall around your base. Nothing's going to run in there. The Doctor has improved greatly in his game so far this tournament. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. So it's a bit of a rough start for Doctor, but he's been getting better. He's been working on it. That's good news. It's kind of like me with my stamina right now. My physical stamina. It's down on the floor. I'm almost at base level, guys. I run up the smallest hill in my neighborhood and I'm huffing and puffing. It's no good. All right. Barracks is in for DoctorKpullo. And ParkTim is in the chat. I'm glad he made it because I completely forgot to post this on Discord. I meant to. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. You guys are going to have a nice little time out in the wilderness looking at the dock. It's a nice dock. It's nice that he has a dock. Red doesn't have a dock. Red has a lot of wood though. We've got plenty on wood. Looks like we're going for a range. Or a... Yeah, well, it's got to be a range, right? We've got 2 on gold and no militia coming out. Is this an auto open for Catans? Alright, I'm getting sidetracked. I've got to just tag some people. ParkTim, I'm not going to... Actually, I can tag you because it came right up. I was going to say I'm not going to type that in. I don't even know how to type that in. Versus the Doctor. Why did someone post Huang? Oh, because he's about to play No Zombie. Nice. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a little distracted. I'll be back to the cast in 3 seconds. I believe I've now announced my presence on Discord. Okay. What? We get our answer for DoctorKpullo. I thought it would be range. I was expecting a stable. It turns out it's both. You'd expect a stable from Catans, but once we saw that they were on gold, I was like, come on, man. It's got to be Archer open now. We're not making Meta-Arms. It turns out it's a Scout Skirm Insta, both building open. All right. I don't know if you can do this, Kapullo. All right. We've got 23 vills. How much food do you have? You have 3 on berries, sir. 4 on berries. Okay, we might see a scout go down for Tim. Very low. Gotta be careful with this guy now. This looks like an auto scout. Maybe just figure out what your enemy's doing. You definitely scouted these buildings. It's really, really nice scouting for Tim. Look at this. We go right through. We see the mining camp. That's important. Although you'd think it'd be important. It turns out he's not making gold vills at all. Gold units. No archers have been seen for the Doctor. But this is really good scouting. And look at this army. Okay, this is... What a mix. We've got the full trash mix. The 3 units that become the trash units of the Imperial Age. Because they don't cost gold. We're on gold regardless. Don't worry about it. But so far, none of these units cost gold. And they're ready to do something. I'm going for some kind of damage. Castle Age is halfway up for the Hun player. ParkTim, dude, he knows what's up. He's got to be worried about, you know, having someone make stuff in Feudal Age. And we're really not walled up for Castle Age. If you're going to go up to Castle Age, make it like this. No protection. Not even a spearman. And we're just going to fight with the vills. What? ParkTim doesn't want walls, doesn't want army. He wants a pure Castle Age, plain and simple. And he will fight to the death to get that. Wow. And it looks like he's winning. Now, a villager will beat a spearman one-on-one. Okay, so villagers are actually better fighting units than spearmen. Other than that, you need to micro them way, way more. You need to shift-click a vill to everything that it attacks. It's a lot harder to micro than a scout. I mean, or a spearman. But we have... Oh, man. Oh, man. The spear's not hitting the scout here. The scout's getting complete value against the skirmisher, and he's gonna... Like we said, villagers kill spears. Villagers kill spears, and the spear will go down. We kind of clean up. We almost clean up, but at what cost? We've lost all our villagers now. That's emotional damage for real, and there's no one to tell the tale. He almost got home to tell his friends and family, but he won't make it. What a stand from ParkTim, and what a play from the Doctor. Oh, no way. Doc has a massive handicap. Okay, guys, I did not check this. There is... The most exciting part of this tournament, in my opinion, is the handicaps that get provided when there's an elo difference between the plays. Why do I not have Pro? I have Pro. Oh, I need to restart Capture. I'll restart Capture 8 after this game. That's okay. Pro's been paid for, but it's a scam, apparently. I paid for nothing. Okay, a tower is up. And this is where it really, really gets scary for Tim. This is where Tim needs the mass migration. Now, yeah, he's got the fishing ship coming in at home. Sure, he's got the consistent food income. But what Tim really... What Tim really needs is wood. As another tower goes up, we really, really don't want this lumber camp getting used, says the Doctor. This is my lumber camp now. Now, how long is it going to take for the Doctor to realize this? I feel like Tim's going to get away with this for a very long time. Oh, this could be so good. This could be so good for Tim. Turns out that maybe he hasn't lost his wood after all. Maybe this is going to be a mind game of the Doctor sitting here, thinking he's taking all the wood. He's got a vill here with the army. She's like, I'm a soldier too. I've got a club. I've got a hammer. I'll hammer them down. I'm a militia. Oh no, she's figured it out now. You're a builder. Go over there with the builders and make a proxy barracks on their face. Yes, here we go. About as forward of a barracks as you'll see in Age of Empires 2. As we have a response siege workshop. Now, ParkTim has been in the Castle Age this whole time. He's trying to get some harassment in with the CA here. We've got a militia rushing against the CA. I'll get him. I don't think you're going to get very far, mate. Oh no, this militia... He was not long for this world. He just had an unlucky start. That poor guy. Fresh out of the barracks. What a world he could have seen, but he was sent straight into 2 Castle Age units. Oh man, this is going to be brutal. I mean, we should be watching maybe up here. There's not too much going on though. We're going to take out the market. We're seeing a new building, but this is only going to produce some militia. Man, these militia, but this is not going to matter when these guys are here. If these 2 CA get microed back just a little bit, they're going to kill everything in their path, especially if there's villagers chasing after them. This is brutal. The plebs are rising up, but man, it's going to be plebs falling down very quickly. 3 vills go through, dude. Oh, man. Oh, Doctor. If we... Oh, dude, Tim's on it too. Tim's on the micro. He's microing quicker than I am on the CA. He's going to hunt these vills down. As I will again be distracted by a Discord as I go to switch to Do Not Disturb. There we go. Another Vill goes down. Man, this is insane for ParkTim. Really, really well played by ParkTim. Oh no, we've lost the fight. Guys, I paid for it. Alright, wow. We had a huge cleanup for Tim. No wonder the score is looking so good now. A mangonel here. Oh, wow. Okay, this is going to look really, really good for Tim at this rate. We just lost all of our feudal age buildings under the TC, under 2 scorpions and cab archers, which is going to kill anything from the feudal age. I don't care what kind of handicap you have. That's going to kill a feudal age unit. And this CA is still here. There's so much action on the map right now. I can't believe this game, man. I don't know where to look. Phoenix Drop is in chat. Yes. Yo, we're doing some casting. This is a tournament I'm in. These are some other players in the tournament. They're in a different division to me, though, I believe. But one of these players has a handicap because there's an elo difference. What's the elo difference, you ask? I am not sure. It's quite a bit. Because 25%. That means it's like a few hundred elo difference, right? Is that 300? Is that 500 elo difference? I think it's 500 elo difference. I could be wrong. It's a big difference in elo. So one player has a big handicap to make up for it. 400 elo. Okay, nice. Thank you, ParkTim. Dude, MVP chatter right here. If I knew how to use MPP, I would MVP you, ParkTim. CA coming from the front. CA coming from the back.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Penning you for life. Yo, thanks so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you were doing some Age of Empires or whatever you were doing. One Scorpion's going to meet their death as they have a peek, they walk around the corner, and then the whole row of Stormtroopers just shows up. I don't care how strong you are. This Wookiee's going to... This is a scout Scorpion. Okay, guys, this Scorpion wasn't trying to do damage. Don't be fooled. This Scorpion was sniffing out your resources. He was spying on your men. That Scorpion wanted information. Yo, playing Age of Empires, you trolled the last game, forgot ballistics and died to that. Classic. Classic, I've done that. I've absolutely done that. Welcome to the stream, Panumi. But good stream otherwise, I'm glad to hear it. Oh man, we're going to start losing CA against the skirms though. These skirms, they have a handicap bonus, so they're going to be a little harder to take out. Mangonels will clean them up for sure, but CA will take a lot of damage against these handicap upgraded skirmishes. At a perfect 30 HP. But the mangonels are here, man. What are you going to do? Split. Oh, yep. Okay, okay. Scatter formation. This is useful. This is useful. Scatter formation and the dodges. Dodges 2 massive shots here. Dodges 3 massive shots here. The Doctor can micro. Oh. But can the Doctor commit to the surgery? Unfortunately, they cannot. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Someone call the cleanup. Someone call the morgue. The Doctor has fallen. And this is a dire, dire spot for the Doctor. Yeah, you're going to try and dive these. You're actually going to take out both mangonels. This is better than I thought. I thought we'd have enough CA to take out the step lancers, but unfortunately, we lost one to the town center fire. So that means we actually didn't have enough to kill those units. There's no armor in yet for the Catans. But they do have +2 attack, so they had just enough attack to take out those mangonels lickety-split. Back here at home, we have a university going up, so hopefully they're not going to forget ballistics like Penemu for Life did. Botched. That was probably the most botched fight I've seen all week. That was a slaughter. Alright, so yeah, you're going to go under the tower. Just past it. Don't worry about it. We're getting Bowsaw for Doctor, so he's going to have a really good economy. No secondary eco upgrades for ParkTim, so he's going to be behind on economy. Despite his build difference. This handicaps are really strong. And Catans have some of the best food eco in the game. What you're looking at right now is not farms. It is a new DLC farm called a pasture, only available to the Catans. And they produce food at a whole faster rate. It used to be much faster. Now it's only a little bit faster, but it is an upgrade to normal farms. You can also put 2 of them on a single building, which is quite nice. And you can put them around perfectly against your TC. It is possible, I promise you. The doctor, he has shaky hands. This is not a surgeon. As he will clean up the CA. Now, 2 CA will be running for their lives, but Camels, as soon as these guys get on top, they will have the bonus damage.
Still playing this
and
game?
they will
Let's
finish
be
off
honest.
these
You
cavalry
don't like
archers.
it. You don't like the game.
Nice and quickly.
Sure. You did at one
Oh, this is
point
loud.
when your friends got you into it and you started to play.
I might need
It
to
was
turn
fun.
that down.
Really, it was. But why are you still playing it?
One monk over here. He seems a bit confused, this monk. Where is he going? Monk is going to take a relic. Is the monastery back here? Oh. Alright, so it's just a few convenient buildings. That's nice. That works out. What's happening under the TC? One tower's gonna start killing a CA. It's actually gonna kill that CA if it sticks there too long. Careful, ParkTim. Careful, ParkTim. Oh no. Alright. And there we go. TC going up here. I'm gonna feel a lot better about this. These builds were very exposed for a very long time, but now with the TC, we can guarantee wood. And the doctor has to be thinking to themselves at this point, where is this guy getting wood? Let's have a look at their scouting. What can the doctor see? Look at this. The doctor has no scouting of the top side at all. Gotta go. You're nearly completed. Elitely out of data. Damn. Topping off tomorrow. Alright, well, I gotta stream tomorrow then, I guess. I'll be able to bet. I'll be on another day. Good luck at Phoenix Shop. Have a good one. Keep hammering those nails. This is a big problem for Doctor. Doctor has to figure out where ParkTim's still getting wood. Because as far as the Doctor can see, well, you know, until now, the Doctor has not known where Tim's getting wood from. Okay, stone down here, that's really convenient. The stones are really exposed. I think maybe putting a tower on these stones could help, but then you're investing half of the amount that you're even going to get from these tiny stones. University going up as well. We don't have ballistics. We saw a university with no ballistics from Tim. Maybe he's just too short on wood. A little short on wood is Tim. Maybe he's going to get ballistics when he has enough wood, though. He got Thumb Ring first, which is also 300 wood. He needs 2 300 wood upgrades. Thumb Ring, usually you do after the ballistics, but sometimes it's just nice to get it in if you once you have the resources. You know, wheelbarrow being in for Doctor is really nice as well. Here I would really recommend wheelbarrow for ParkTim. He definitely needs some eco upgrades of some kind. I think you need Bowslaw and wheelbarrow, and you're in a much better spot economically here. But you have 2 TCs to worry about. 3 TCs actually. As we see all the Cav die. What? How much was lost there? We don't know because we don't have Capture Age Pro. It's a lie. Don't listen to it. I'm a pro in my heart. I'll reset Capture Age after this game. Pro should be working. Maybe I should have just restarted it. As we see, well, a whole tribe of spearmen. I don't think I've seen this many spearmen together. Just having a good time. Taking out enemy barracks. They're having a great time in there. Oh, this barracks stinks. Let's throw toilet paper all over it. That's what they're probably thinking. And yep, here we go. ParkTim again. A little bit of hit and run with the CA, but he's going to have to get pushed way back from these camels. He's going to have to run back to safety somewhere. Safety or a corner to die. And really the only two options that these CA have now. It looks like they get the safety. What? Oh, nope. Only one camel pulls away. That was a bait. Now they pull away. Amazing. Safety it is for those CA. And it looks like both these players are going to boom it out a little bit. That is an army of skirmishes. And I'm looking at my screen right now, and what I'm looking at is a big army of skirmishes. Rocket cards too. Now, Fire Lancers is kind of scary. Fire Lancers have bonus damage against cavalry. If you don't micro your CA away from them, the CA could get taken out, but usually CA are going to kill the Fire Lancers. The main problem here is pretty much everything else. Skirmishes, camels, light cav, not terrible. Actually, no, light cav kind of die. But skirmishes, camels, and rocket carts will all take out your CA. And so far, we're seeing nothing but the Hun CA. And here is the fight. Here, we're going to force a castle down from Tim. And is this castle going to go up? It's so far really, really awkward fight. We're going to take a lot of damage. Oh no, Tim. Oh no, Tim. He doesn't pull his CA away. The CA had to run around a little bit, do a little dodge and weave. But the CA stands still. They take a punch to the face from these skirmishes. And this castle's going to be a down castle, Tim. No. Tim, no. One more villain's going to go down. And that castle is not going to go up. What a turnaround from the Doctor, coming in at the perfect moment. If he came in a few seconds later, that castle was not going to go up. That was not going to happen. What a crazy moment from the Doctor, pulling that forward with his elite skirmishers, completely destroying the CA. And all we've seen from ParkTim so far is CA. All we're seeing now is more CA come out. One Scorpion. That's pretty nice. If you have enough Scorpions, you will be able to take out this army, but for now, this rocket car is just going to kill everything. They've got enough camels to deal with it. I think we just saw Doctor kill his own scouts with that rocket car, though. That's a little scary. The other units aren't getting hit. Okay, but he definitely took out his own units just then. Back to the fight. Scorpions are out, though. Scorpions are out, though. And they have ballistics. This is pretty good. Skirmishes don't deal much damage to Scorpions. Scorpions don't deal a ton of damage to skirmishes either, as we're seeing. But Scorpions will do the most damage over time. They'll be able to hit all of the units at once with each shot. And they will tank so much from the skirmishes themselves that they do win that fight until the camels come in. And the camels are going to say, actually, no. Actually, we win the fight. Because camels can just use that melee damage that the skirmishes can't do. This is a crazy hold from Doctor. Doctor's going to have to protect this castle with everything he's got. Don't let this castle go up. Maybe you can send a Vill forward to wall this up. There's a few ways we can do it. But what we completely missed is the castle going up on the other side. This guy's been collecting a lot of stone. He didn't have enough for one castle. He had enough for two castles. And the Vill tries to make it out. And he's actually over the line. I did it. I made it. But ballistics means he still dies. If you're here and moving away, ballistics will still hit you. Because when ballistics shoots, it will continue. You can kind of cheat out your maximum range with ballistics. If you get your opponents to walk away from you at the right moment. Tomorrow, I like the sound of that. Okay, I completely missed on. That's okay. I will communicate more about that later. Then we've got Tarkans coming in. These Tarkans are going to take out these houses at a very efficient rate. We might even see a housing crisis for the Doctor here. As we are getting close to it. We're going to need, like, 2 more houses down. And all this Tarkans inside. They made it through. Let's see if ParkTim realizes this. It'll probably be too late when he does. He won't be able to take out too many Vills here. So many weak Vills. Look at this. What is going on, man? We've had so many Vills take a bunch of damage. Probably from this castle. Alright. Bit of a fight over here. Man, I'm really regretting not restarting Capture H. I thought it would just give us Pro automatically. We got baited a little bit here. I have Pro. Okay, I have it. Alright. We're seeing a kind of trickle from ParkTim where he's gonna take out a unit or two, but he's gonna trickle all these Tarkons in, so he will lose them. Even though I think once he masses up, he's gonna have no problem killing this army. That camel's nearly dead, man. Come on. Come on, send a CA over, finish the job. Rams? Rams from nowhere. Where is that ram coming from? I think a ram got sent like this way. We see rams coming in from a strange angle, but unfortunately they're gonna get caught out. These rams are no good. DoctorKpullo was too focused on his castle over here. This castle will end up going up after all. I guess it was so close to going up, he might have just sent some suicide vills to finish it off. It looks like that's what happened. Some very weak vills here under the castle. They're gonna stay nice and safe here, and dude, Doctor has to be a little careful here. He's gonna lose so many skirmishes to this castle. A whole army going down. Now I think this is more costly than losing that feudal age ball of skirmishes to mangonels. You've just lost some camels. You've just lost all of your elite skirmishes now. And what are you gonna have to do to deal with these Tarkons? Skirmishes wasn't gonna do it. We're gonna need another unit, but he's only making skirmishes. He needs step lances. Okay, camels works. Camels is good. Bring out the camels. If we have maybe 2 or 3 garrison in the stable first. I know that's hard to do. I struggle doing that as well. Doctor calls the GG. He knows it's dire. And he only has 8 villages left, dude. Oh, because... Okay. These castles are so dirty. Look at how little space Doctor has here. Yes, he could have remade a lumber camp. But look at how little space he has over here. Oh, the Doctor got chased out of the jungle. Sir, I'm afraid you can't operate here anymore. That's so brutal for ParkTim. He says, you're going to push me offward? You're going to put towers in front of my lumber camp? Well, watch what I'm going to do to your lumber camp. I'm going to put a castle onto your lumber camp. And that castle is just laser beaming down the villages. And now Doctor is in the same situation he was wanting to put ParkTim in. This is such a brutal map. This is such a brutal map. I think we're always going to see this end in Castle Age. Is as soon as you have full map control, there's no backup. There's no little lumber camps. You barely have stragglers. And as soon as you lose access to wood and you can't take it back, that's the game, man. I'm sorry. You maybe have to walk around. I guess some kind of option, if you had the stone for it, would be to maybe do a counter castle here, take back the wood this way. That's kind of what Tim did. He snuck his villas around. And one question. I have one question after all of this. Did Doctor actually end up scouting this? He did. Okay. So Doctor eventually sent some units. Oh yeah, because he had the units die there. Okay, we know this. Doctor eventually found out about this and eventually did try to raid it, but it was too late. Tim had all the wood he needed. He never actually took back his own lumber camp. Nah, don't need it. Nah, not for me, mate. Didn't even need his original lumber camp. Just these villas here were enough. Crazy game by Tim. Really well played. Let's go to game 2 if we can. It's not, and let's quit Capture Age. Let's get rid of that. Hopefully next game we'll have Capture Age Pro, hey? Let's see if it's updated now. Oh, the Doctor chose islands. He wants to play a water map and he wants to play a migration map. A map where you have to leave your starting island and you're going to go onto one of these 2 islands. But can you control the islands? You also have a starting transport ship, so we could go for a very aggressive play if one of the players wanted to. Tatars here are really interesting. Oh, that's right. Another interesting part of this tournament is that you have to choose your opponent's civ. This has to be the opponent's chosen civ for both players, surely. I didn't actually check the draft. ParkTim probably knows this. I'll wait a second to see if he's in chat. We see 513. This is the Trump mod. This is the Trump mod. I don't know if we hear the Trump mod in Capture Age. Maybe not. I think I've got it installed. I used to have it installed. Maybe I took it off at one point. But that is the Trump mod taunt, I believe. It goes from, I think, 450 to 550 or 650 or something. It adds a bunch of extra taunts from Donald Trump himself to Age of Empires 2. It's a fun little mod you can get. And you'll only hear them if you have the mod on. So if players can hear another player's taunt, but only if both of the players have the mod. Okay. Slight mishap from Tim. We're going to want to get onto wood as soon as possible here. And now one thing I noted from Doctor's last game is that he was very, very late to the wood. It's good to hear he's been doing improvements. It's good to hear that he's learning a lot about the game. But taking these stragglers, I'm afraid, is not going to do it. Doctor really wants a lumber camp. He wants to only have 6 on food, because any more is going to slow down your dock timing. You want to get off this, and on the water map, even on hybrid maps, you want to get the minimum amount of villages you need, which is 5 or 6 onto your hunt or whatever it is. And then you need a lumber camp as soon as possible. The wood income is oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I think you guys know what's gonna happen here. We have a little area where you could possibly do some fish trapping. But if any military units get stuck here, you're not going to be able to rescue them without deleting your dock. This is a really unfortunate dock for Doctor. If he just did it a little out further to sea, you usually don't want your dock this back anyway. And the reason for that is you want to have as many fishing ship access as possible. This dock, you've got the little turtles. It's a turtle dock, okay? There's docks here for the turtles. The village's done. They did their job. They're going home now. Wow. And this dock is actually the early dock. No way. We see a dock before lumber camp. Is this a special build from the Doctor? Do I have something to learn from the Doctor today? It won't be dock placement, but this is a really early dock that could actually, you know, I'm yapping on so much about getting an early dock down. Maybe this is the way to do it. Maybe an early dock is what the Doctor needs. He will get fishing ship way earlier. He's going to have 2 fishing ship out by the time that ParkTim has 1. So that's a really good sign for ParkTim. ParkTim is just going to go take his own shore fish now. Now, the usual thing you do with this villager, the dock villager, is you'll put your dock next to the box turtles and you'll take it like this. And now they've changed how docks work. This used to never be a thing. But I think it was last year or the year before. Now villagers can just drop off their food at the docks. This never used to be a thing in Age of Empires 2. But it's a new ability. It's kind of convenient, but it's also risky for a few reasons. You can leave your villager out here. A transport can come along with a scout to kill your villager, or you can also trap the villager with the transport ship to stop it from running home. So there's a few risks to doing this now. If a scout finds it, it can be an easy free vill kill. So scary stuff. And ParkTim is taking his time. He's not rushing his ball, which is probably good. The more vills you have in a ball, the more efficient it'll be to take the food from. So you want to wait till you have a good number of vills under your TC before you actually take that ball, just to make sure you get it in efficiently. Gonna have to run out of this lumber camp pretty soon. Running out of trees right here. This is the problem with this map as well. You have barely any wood line on your starting island. It really wants you to get off and get off early. You have dangerous woods here. These woods are super vulnerable to, like, obviously demolition ships. They're going to come in. They're going to blow up all your villas, but any kind of military ship's going to kill all your villages. if they get a good position on them over here on these. So very, very scary woodlands. You really want a lumber camp or a TC on one of these islands. This is where it's safe. This is where you have all the wood. And you're not going to be harassed too easily. As long as you have control of your island. Now that's the big catch. If one player is going for island control, maybe they'll be behind on the water, but they can take over these islands using military. And if you're on these islands and you're pushing your opponent off the islands, then there's really not that much your opponent can do. They have wood for a while. And now we can actually click on the resources. Only so much wood on this map. 91k right now. But if this map goes late, and it can definitely go late, especially if these players have one island each, it can go very late into the game. It can become a wood game where you have to try and go out and take these side woods. Kiwis are just emus with growth hormone deficiency. That sounds right. They're like, emu babies look like kiwis anyway, don't they? They're like brown and fluffy. They don't have the grey feathers of emus, of the fully grown emu. Baby emus, they are probably just like, yeah, they're, it's like the creatures you can get, or the diseases you can get sometimes where you just don't grow up. You keep all your cells at like a baby rate. That's got to be what's going on. It's just some mutated emus. They were in an egg and they floated over to this weird island, and then they never grew up. It's not like the Netherlands for emus. What do we have going on? We've got 5 fishing ships for ParkTim. And here we go. Here we go. The doc's already paying off. We see the doctor's mistakes have come back to bite him. Oh no. Oh no. F's in chat for the doctor. This is a at home. We've got fire galleys at home. Don't worry about it. This is a sad fire galley for Doctor. Very unfortunate here. If it was a galley, at least it'd be able to shoot to defend its own dock. But I think this fire does nothing. I think this fire can do nothing until this dock gets deleted. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We've done this once. We're gonna do it again. I don't know. I have no words, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know how to cast this. This is out of my league. Someone call Tristan. Someone call Dave. Someone tell me what to think about these docks in the back of his base. It's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. Are these like fish trap docks? We're gonna have a dock crisis, because what happens, alright? Sure, you can just rally point here, and hopefully, okay, no guarantees, it'll spawn on the right side. Like I said, no guarantees. It's Age of Empires. It can spawn on the wrong side. It often happens. Very often happens with all kinds of buildings. You garrison one way, they'll walk the other way. It just happens, okay? It's Age of Empires. Little bit of micro on the front here. This could be the first kill of the game. But looks like, well, both sides will decide to just defend for now. There's going to be no chasing. Just stay at home. Make sure our fish are safe. In Doctor's case, it's going to be the 2 box fish. I'm sure they're having a great time over there. Talking about turtles. Looking at their shells. This fire ship is okay. But what happens is, say you have these 2 docks. And you're rallying them, like, over this way. Well, no, you're getting attacked over this side. Quick. We better rally them this way. This dock will see that it's rallied this way. Okay? This direction in general. Where do you think the fire is going to spawn? It's going to try and go this way. It's not going to think about the pathing. The pathing happens after the unit spawned. It's just going to look at the direction and pop it at the most directionally side possible from the dock. So if you're going to go fight over this way, you might get off your fire trapped in this area. Very dangerous dock for this reason. And of course the exact same thing is gonna happen over here. Maybe no death? How is there no death? If you delete a unit, does it not count as a death? I didn't realize that. I assumed capture age would count. Okay, we're going back. We have pro, okay? What happened to the poor guy? Does it not count as a death? So deaths aren't really deaths. Deaths are like defeats from your opponent. Because if you're going to lose things, you're going to lose things just on your own merit by deleting them. It doesn't count as a death. Then this is not really a death counter. This is more like a defeat counter, because it's units that were defeated by other units, not units that actually died. Come on, what happened? What happened? Tell us the tragedy. Tell us the story. There we go. Gets deleted and does not count as a death. Very interesting. Now, good on Doctor for trying hard here this tournament. They're on the handicap. They've got a pretty big handicap. So even though they've had 5 minutes of idle TC time, they're actually still keeping up. They're keeping up very, very well. You would think, oh, Doctor. Oh, Doctor. Someone help this guy out. You can click Shift Rally Point? Yes. Absolutely you can. But what happens if you're fighting over here, and then, oh, look, you're fighting over here now. What if there's a new army? You gotta be quick. You gotta be quick with those rally points. Especially once you have more than three or more docks. Okay, the game's gonna go for a bit longer. Someone's gonna put a dock down here, and then all of a sudden, you've got so many docks to manage. You don't have time to shift click each individual dock. Maybe some players do. I've never found myself in a situation where I've got the time to individually shift click the dock and then redo that if I want them somewhere else. But because you really, really want your units to just come to the right area at some moments, you're microing them. You're like, okay, we're microing here. Oh no, we're microing here. We need a quick re-rally. This is a really hilarious. It's like the tiger from Ice Age, for like Ice Age 3 or 4, when they have a boat, and one of them's just this tiger who's been sailing around on this iceberg for so long. Got ourselves a pirate tiger over here. It's a one-eyed tiger. They call me Stripes. And Tim's going to come in. He's got the galleys. We see a very interesting unit choice for these players. Full galleys against full fires. I really like... Well, I like a mix of both, honestly. I think it's good to start with a few fires and then switch into galleys as the game goes on. Because once you have this mess that Tim has, you're going to start winning with these galleys. All you have to do is pull them back against the fires. It's really going to come down to micro here. We've seen really good CA micro from Tim in game 1. He ended up taking game 1, so let's put that in. And if we continue to see micro like this, he might not make this tower in time. He's going to try get a Vil kill. He's probably going to get one. Really dive for it. He doesn't dive for it. He probably could have gotten a kill here. Now, because you start with the transport ship, it's really easy for Tim just to head on over to the enemy island and see what's up. Just get a little scouting info. Now, Tim is going to have amazing scouting info because he's seen everything on the enemy's island. He knows exactly what the Doctor is up to. Let's get that scout. Look at this. Beautiful stuff. He's getting chased down. Oh no. The idle time. The idle time for the Doctor. What's the Doctor seeing right now? Oh wow. Okay, the Vils are still hiding. So that scout gets taken out for sure. It's kind of overkill. But the scout leads to the galleys. And the galleys are finally going to get their blood. Maybe going to kill a scout? That's a brave scout, man. That scout didn't even flinch. That scout was not scared. Doctor is concerned with one thing, and that's securing his home base and keeping his landing alive. A castle here. This is really good play. Really good play from the Doctor here. He's going to secure that castle for himself. It's going to be his castle. And Tim here just taking berries for now. Wants that food. Not worried about wood. No wood needed for Tim. Now these fires are going to find these galleys over here. But upgrades coming in at a clutch moment for Tim. Going to be absolute domination on the front lines. Now, Tim's got a little bit of work to do. Just has to take out one more galley, it looks like. And then that's everything that Tim needs for his own base. Did he lose mini fishing ship? He lost 3 out of 5. So Eco KD is actually looking up for the Doctor. But that's because the Doctor didn't make fishing ship. He only has 2 fishing ship. And they are so far back. Oh no. We've seen a fire ship here. And now we're going to see a galley here. This is the 3rd unit. The 3rd unit for the Doctor that's going to have to get deleted. And the Doctors, I think you just have to delete the Doc. Doctor, you got to take the L. These Docs are no good. It's unfortunate. It's sad to see your original Doc go down. But this is a liability. This is not helping your case. Please build another Doc. Maybe you can build another Doc here too. That'd be a little less worry for regarrisoning. You're not going to have to go around an island. You're going to have them right where you need them. But this is, oh man, this is so unfortunate for the Doctor. He's now getting careening. This galley will never see the light of day. I feel like we're going to see another ship get sunk. This is like a shipyard. Sometimes the ships are no good, guys. Sometimes you make a ship and you sail the ship and you're like, well, actually, this ship it's probably got holes in it. It doesn't meet up WHS standards. Unfortunately, this ship is going to have to get destroyed for the public safety. We don't want to have to deal with that. It's a hazard. We didn't want this boat. It's not our boat. But man, we're seeing a massive difference in preparation. ParkTim with the Tatars is going to have water domination, and the Tatar pirates are going to hit Imperial Age. This is looking so much better for Tim. His eco is on point. Yes. Okay, this might be an issue. Yes, Doctor has the land, and now this could be an issue if Tim doesn't migrate to the land right now. Tim needs, yep, here we go. Siege Workshop, great start. We're going to want castles, we're going to want TCs. We're going to have a massive bunch of naked villages. This is not good. Oh, no. This could be devastating. This could bring the Doctor back in the game. My voice is getting sore already from casting. Just this is my 2nd game already. My voice is already sore. Petard? Oh no. I feel like if that Petard sees the building, it's just going to walk into it and hit a market. Not really do much damage. Interesting we see a Petard here. Pretty funny. He's just lying around, okay? He likes his barrels. And now, Tim is going to know that he's not alone. He's not alone on this island. Oh man, he's made contact and the tribe is not friendly. Okay, nice pickoffs. There goes a Fire Lancer. That could be useful. One Fire Lancer could take out all of these vills if Tim's not careful, but Tim is on board. He's paying attention, kind of. But he's really worried about, yeah, you know, this is smart. You want to keep your galleys here. This is really, really good for Tim. Because we need to keep these villas alive, and the only firepower we have right now is in these ships. So the ships are just going to camp here, and we've got to keep these villas alive. Maybe we'll make it like an emergency lumber camp or something. Kind of unfortunate now, because this siege workshop is completely unprotected. And if a siege workshop gets surrounded, then there's nothing you can do. You can't release the units out from under them. You're surrounded by melee units, so no matter where you go, you're going to get chased down and destroyed no matter what you're making out of this thing. And I say that while forgetting that the Tatars can now make flaming camels. Did we get a unique tech? I think you don't need the unique tech anymore. That's one of the changes that I'm not so aware of with the Tatars. You used to be like an age 5 unit, because you have to get an expensive Imperial Age upgrade after you hit Imperial Age. So you have to wait for Imperial Age, then wait for the text. I feel like we could see these guys in Castle Age. Imagine those in Castle Age. The Tatars would be really interesting if that happened. But this is, all of a sudden, it's not looking too good for Tim. Flaming Camel's not so good against the Fire Lancers. And now you're losing to a tower. Oh boy. Rattan archers and skirmishers under the tower. They are not going to be phased. there are no problems going on for the Doctor, as he will be able to snipe fields. He's being careful, maybe a little too careful. He's running away. He's giving Tim some time to breathe, and this might be all Tim needs to take back this island. Doctor, if you just sit here, you're going to take out everything that Tim has. Okay, one tower, that's not going to do it. Rattan archers and an eventual ram, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You can just sit here and you can stop any gold from being taken. Any map control for Tim is going to be lost on this top island here. Luckily, though, we have a very peaceful island. Only Tim has found this island. Doctor is not interested. Doctor just wants one island at a time. One thing at a time for the Doctor. Camels need to be boosted. I know, 100%. 100%. I think that you move the current one to like Castle Age, where they might actually be useful. And then you get an upgrade that like improves them in Imperial Age or something. Because right now, these camels, they're fun. Alright, Tim's going to have fun with this unit. He's going to try it out. He's going to give the Flaming Camel a run for its money. But unfortunately, the Flaming Camel is usually pretty poor. I wouldn't go to the Flaming Camel expecting $4. Alright? These guys, they don't have nothing but straw on their backs. And they really aren't effective unless you're against elephants. They have massive bonus damage against elephant units. They have a very, very niche use where I think they are super useful. They are also useful against cavalry units in general. Okay, you can kill cavalry with them, but against anything else, they're like petards. They're worse because they don't really kill buildings. They're like an anti-elephant unit / anti-cav if you need it. But really not a reliable unit against anything else. It's unfortunate, but I think they need to be boosted. We have games like StarCraft. In StarCraft 2, one of the primary units, the second unit you can pretty much unlock in StarCraft 2 for one of the 3 civilizations is a petard that does well against everything. You have a Baneling, and it can kill buildings, it can kill units. And we just don't have that in Age of Empires 2. The only exploding units we have, I guess demos kind of count, but even demos are getting nerfed pretty soon. Demos count for the ocean, but we don't have a generic unit or a unit you can make on land that you can, that has the suicidal properties. You can send it in, it'll blow itself up, but it'll do crazy damage, AoE damage to everything around it. We just don't have that in Age of Empires 2, not in the same way. Flaming Camels is the closest thing we have to Banelings. But unfortunately, they just don't stand up. They don't do the AoE damage. I feel like if this was a bunch of Banelings, all these units would be dead already. Banelings do a ton of damage, and that's why they're so effective and scary. You have to get rid of them early. You have to snipe them with your ranged units. Hi, thanks for streaming it. Doctor, no worries. Any thoughts on the previous game? It was a rough one. Maybe if you scouted a little earlier, you did a really, really good job in Feudal Age. Really good. And I can even go back if you want as well. I'm going to take the VOD, I'm going to put it to YouTube so you can watch my full cast, my full thoughts on it. But I think briefly, you did a really good job in Feudal Age. You actually had some sick micro against the Mangonel. I was very impressed. But I think if you keep your eco going, or you keep scouting for your opponent's wood line, because the only way that Tim was allowed back in the game is because he found wood on a place he didn't scout. He didn't scout it until later. And on Volcanic Island, it's a really particular map. You don't usually have this on other maps. Usually there's like little pockets of wood. But on Volcanic Island, there's only one spot on the whole map that they could have used to get back in the game. And that's on that middle wood. And if you just scouted around that middle wood, and if you realized that your win condition was just speaking ParkTim off wood, full stop. That's it. And you can do it because you know exactly where the wood is on the whole map. So maybe a little bit of scouting and unit control at the right moment. I think you could have kept ParkTim off and won the game by starving him of wood. I think that was probably the most crucial moment. You also, I don't know how the castle got up. We didn't have Capture H Pro for Game 1, unfortunately, so I kind of missed a few fights. You also lost a lot of units to the TC, or to sending them into the Scorpions. That's another thing as well. That's easy to do though. We do that at my level. We do that at every level of Age of Empires. It's easy to lose your vills to your units to something when you look away for a few seconds. So even that's okay. Yeah, I'd recommend definitely checking out my rec of it after this game. I'll be uploading it to YouTube later as well for you. That's what I have off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's more. You can go back and watch the game. Dude, it's crazy. I do remember you saying earlier, I think another day, that you're a controller player. It is so impressive about what you are doing. I really liked that they brought Age of Empires to controller. And I actually played it. I got a subscription so I could play Age of Empires 2 Xbox when it came out. So they did Xbox before they did PlayStation because it's a Microsoft-owned game. You might as well just put it on your own console first, get that advantage. So I played it when it came out on Xbox. And I actually played a tournament when I think I was top 10. I think I was top 10 in the world when it came out on Xbox. And that was in the ladder on the first 2 weeks. I think it was like 2 weeks in. I played it, and I played Berberville rushing, or I played very aggressive strategy, just so that I just knew would be able to handle on a controller. Because the problem for me with a controller is that the later the game goes, the harder it gets for you. I think the controller is very manageable. In Feudal Age, there's things you can do. You can keep up with a player. Like you said, you can do that micro. But the later the game gets, it gets a lot harder to manage everything, to do the small changes that you can do very quickly on a PC. Where you look around the map, quick, you send these to another resource, quick, you look back. You can do that on controller, but it's just a little bit slower, and you just can't get that efficiency in the way you can on the PC. Yeah. So I think early game is your best shot. And if you can play well early game, that's what was happening on the ladder, was that people, when I was playing on controller, the most successful strategies were just scout rushes, just very simple things, but you hit them early, you hit them in Dark Age and Feudal Age, and you can get around those slower players, because usually players on controller, they don't have that reaction speed, and you can kind of take advantage of that in the early ages if you're an aggressive player. Anyway, back to the current game. I've been off in controller land for a few minutes, but coming back to this, we have a crazy armor from the Doctor. This ram and this siege tower could actually do some work just tanking damage. This is kind of okay here. Elephants as well will also take a lot of damage from the galleys, so that's kind of nice. You have a good army here, but you probably don't want to be taking the free damage either way. What really becomes a problem on water maps. Now, I was surprised, Doctor, did you choose this map? Was this your draft? Wait a minute. You're getting deja vu. Huh? What's happening, Ninja? Did you cast this as well? Am I casting something that's already been casted? The problem that I was going to say on the water maps is that once you get to a civ that has water control and cannon galleys, you start to lose the game very quickly. Oh, you did cast it? Okay. Well, that's Donut's fault, guys, because Donut didn't put their donut little emoji on the cast or the rec or whatever it is, so I didn't actually know that Donut casted this. That's okay. These guys get double the casting, double the fun, double the reviews. Yeah, we can still have fun, and I still have another set to cast after this, hopefully. I don't know if Donut wants to go through Discord quickly and let me know what hasn't been casted. Okay, this is the problem. We get to a late game in Imperial Age, where once you have the Cannon Galleons, you're just going to have a really, really fun time taking out your opponent where they can do nothing. It's going to look really awkward for Doctor. It doesn't look awkward yet, okay? Doctor, luckily they're in Imperial Age, which is really good. You've got this whole... Now, kudos to the Doctor. You've got the whole island under your control. This is really good. Towers around here, this is really good once you get Guard Tower and once you get Molten Shot. I don't remember if you have Molten Shot yet, but Well, as soon as you have this plus Molten Shot, your towers just melt ships. This becomes really, really obnoxious. Very, very strong move to put towers around like this. It keeps you very safe, and it can even keep you safe from landings. Because once you take a few shots on a transport ship, you can start just sniping off the transport ships before they even get to your shores. It becomes like D-Day all over again, and anything that they send to you just gets shot down. Unfortunately, the one spot you didn't have towers down, ParkTim knows to drop a castle. This is a brutal move, and ParkTim also knows that if he has a Treb down onto this castle, it's going to be a very, very safe spot for him to slowly whittle down your towers. Now, Trebs aren't that great at killing towers. Trebs are actually really slow at killing towers because Trebs are inaccurate units. Trebs are going to be shooting at towers, okay? They're going to hit here. They're going to hit here. They're going to hit here. They're going to completely miss this sweet, sweet spot where you want to actually hit the tower, because towers are only 1x1 buildings. There's not many buildings in the game that are 1x1. So Trebs take longer to take down towers. Towers have a kind of weird advantage against Trebs that way, but it's also RNG. You got to get lucky. And if you get lucky with this Treb, okay, 2 lucky shots in a row. This tower's toast. 3 shots in a row. I think does towers have a bonus for this? Oh, they get range. Okay, they don't have accuracy. They don't have Treb accuracy, but they do have Treb range. That is useful. That is very useful in some situations. Treb's already the unit with the most range in the game, so getting +2 range as well, that's something. Look at this. I don't even know if you have the unique tech. It doesn't matter. This Treb's very, very safe, sitting under the castle, taking out the rest. I'm sure there's more going on the map, though. But most of it, I think, is just cannon galleys existing. Once you have water control, cannon galleys, they're going to be able to take everything out. They're going to be able to take out this castle. Once you have cannon galleys on this side, you're going to be able to take out this. But we have Doctor coming in with a navy. Now, you really need the tech up. What is this? War Galley. You need the Castle Age upgrade at least. These guys are Feudal Age units. This is like running around with spearmen and skirmishes in the Imperial Age. You have little baby guys here, little baby demos. These little guys are cute, but it's like trying to throw stones at a guy in full armor. It's not gonna work. You're gonna start pecking away, and all of a sudden, once they have 1 or 2 units out, Imperial Age units are just gonna steamroll this. In your defense, you were angry. Nice thing of having a second cast. I like the things that Donut hated. That's really funny. I'm kind of getting hangry too. I think I actually need to go and have some food after this game, or after this match, if DoctorKpullo brings it back, which he well could. All we need is War Galley, okay? All we need is some upgrades, and upgrades are on the way. Help is on the way for Doctor. And could this be a potential comeback? Come on, man. If the game goes late, the advantage for the Doctor is he has the elo difference. So if the game does go late, yes, you're on a controller, which is a disadvantage. But because you have a handicap, it actually becomes an advantage. The handicap in the late game is where the handicap really shines. Once you have 200 pop, all of your units are going to be taking better trades. And all of your villages, you're going to have equal numbers of villages, so all your villages are going to be working faster and harder because you have that handicap. Now, kind of unfortunate here, you still need more upgrades for these ships. These are only Castle Age ships. Yeah, fire ships. This is too simple. This is not going to work out. You need better upgrades. Capped Ram, wrong upgrade. You're going to need Imperial Age ones. You're going to need War Galley. Now, if you didn't get Capped Ram, Mr. Doctor, you would have had enough food to get the 300 food, 400 food, whatever it is, for the Imperial Age Galley upgrade. All you want here is the Imperial Age Galley upgrade. Imperial Age Galleys are the best because they cost less gold. Going fires is risky, because if you run out of fires, you run out of gold very quickly. You want to be gold conservative. So if you just make galleys, they can snipe everything from a distance. Once you get chemistry, Once you get ballistics, which is important, your galleys become very strong and very efficient because you only pay 30 gold for them, and they can kill pretty much everything when you have enough of them. Right now you have 3k food, imbalanced eco. Yeah, you tell him. Oh yeah, wood you mean? I thought you were talking about yourself, ParkTim. I was like, who's this guy with a speck in his eye talking smack? This guy's got 2k food himself. Too busy fighting to think about what to do with those resources. Yep, that's fair enough. Now, I really like what Doctor's doing. Pulling in and taking out all these important buildings. You just took out ParkTim's market. You think he has another market? He had to build another one. He had to build another monastery too. You're taking out good buildings. And taking out the starting island is always going to be useful. Now ParkTim has to get enough transport. He has to get it shipped out. FedEx, big fragile stamp. Get that shipped out. Express postage. We've got to ship that across the water. Ship that to New Zealand. Get it in a monastery. But here I'm really worried for DoctorKpullo because these are great for taking out buildings. They are not great for taking out ships. You're gonna lose all. This is so expensive. This is so expensive. You're gonna lose all your ships here. You've got nothing to fight against these. You've got the tower here is good, but everything else, you fighter ships, that's no good either. You need Imperial Age upgrades for Imperial Age units. And right now we're still trying to make Castle Age units in Imperial Age. I think this is okay because the dock, they're also changing how the dock works. So I'm telling you all this. I'm going to tell you, you'll find the upgrade if you click the dock and it's going to be above the galley is the war galley upgrade. But none of that really matters because you're on controller anyway. So there's probably a unique, like you have to go like up in the control stick or whatever it is to get the research in. Not the cannons. Oh yeah, River. The cannons are getting taken out. And so far, the Doctor's just not... Oh wow, we see action here actually. We see action here. There's a landing. There's some real action happening here. This tower is good. And this is going to be trouble. If the Doctor takes back this island, guys, if the Doctor takes back this island, they take back the game. Now, the Doctor has Vietnamese, so he has bombard cannons. He can make a bombard cannon out of the siege workshop and start coming back. He can take out the castle. All he needs is a few towers. And he gets a relic. He gets a castle taken out for free. He's got 2 buildings here, which is great, so he can start defending these bombard cannons, potentially. This is getting scary for Tim. Now Tim has to worry. Tim's desperate for wood. Tim's not even making buildings. Tim's like, give me the wood, please, just a little wood. Can you spare some wood, sir? No. No wood for you, says the Doctor. That's not the kind of doctor I am. I'm gonna... okay, well, I'm not sure what you're doing now. But you will definitely take out the villagers from Tim there. This is a bit... Okay, this is a controller moment. Okay, yeah. This happens on controller, because on controller, guys, you have to have some pity for them, okay? Because on controller, you can't do little selections like this. On controller, your selection is like a circle around your mouse. So I'll select around here, and then you'll slowly get a bigger circle, and it'll expand both directions. So it'll expand, and it'll expand, and it'll expand. And then you have to kind of put your controller in the middle of what you want. So, oh yeah, I kind of want to select these guys, this army. So you got to expand and expand in the right size. And if you keep expanding too long, too big, you suddenly selected all of this. So you have to be really careful with how you select things on controller. It's very tedious. And it does work, but it's like, it's slower. It takes time to do, and it's easy to get wrong. The Doctor, that was the main idea of the... Oh, really? That's good. Oh, yeah. It's just easy to say, I don't know... Well, I don't know how to pronounce this. Capullo? DoctorKpullo? I don't know if that's like a pun or something I'm missing there. Like I have no idea. So like, I'm just gonna ignore that and just say Doctor, because that's cooler anyway. Everyone loves the Doctor. Everyone needs a doctor in their lives. You tell me one person that doesn't know a doctor. Are you a real doctor? Yeah, that's the question. Where's your certificate? Are you one of those online doctors that a better help doctor with a degree in social studies? Or are you the real thing? Can you put a bandage on me and stitch me up, doc? The PhD kind. He really is a doctor. Guys, we have a real doctor in chat who plays Age of Empires in his free time on the PlayStation 5. What a Chad. What a gymongous Chad. As we see him bait out 6, 7 flaming camels with one bombard. Amazing. You like challenges. Well, you definitely found them playing Age of Empires 2 on controller. That's one thing, okay? Because if you play Age of Empires 2 on controller, you can actually play against other people on controller, and it's okay. Because everyone else has the same difficulties as you. But you're playing on controller willingly. This is something I've never done. I've gone into tournaments against other controller players, and I'll be like, okay, I can play on controller, sure. But I'll play against other controller players, and that's part of what I wanted to do on controller. This guy, the Doctor, is giving himself a challenge by playing against PC players on a controller. Alright? Is the Doctor, like... This man, he's kind of like the man who goes on like a 10k run just because he can. Alright? Just not because he needs to, not because he needs to get fit. Just because he likes the challenge. But here, he has to tap out. The attack didn't work out too well. He lost too many bombard cannons from the units from Tim. Losing the rest of his skirms to the galleons there. Now, I don't think we ended up getting water control back. No, that was unfortunate. So this is the thing. Once you get cannon galleys, water can snowball quite hard. Water snowballs extremely hard once cannon galleys are out and there's nothing you can do about them. Because unless you have like monks with block printing or your own army on the water, on your own navy I should say, it's very important to have a navy with all the Imperial Age upgrades like ParkTim had. He had the Galleon, which is the Imperial Age war galley, with all the Imperial Age techs. Now we had a lot of Imperial Age techs. Oh wait, no we didn't. Oh no. We never got Bracer. Okay, yeah, no, we weren't even in the race. We weren't even in the race. We started half an hour later. We're never gonna catch up to that guy. Not without Bracer. Okay, that was rough. That was rough. We probably didn't have the APM or the resources to get that when we needed it. And Doctor played really, really well. The Doctor was on the island first. He was more proactive. He was, I would say, more efficient getting to this. Now, this is something I struggle with on these maps. I've lost this map before because I didn't go to the islands in time. And all of a sudden, I've run out of res on my own map. And oh, look, the guy's on both the islands. What can I do about it? There's not much because he has control of both islands. Doctor took control of this island. He had control of this island for pretty much the whole game. ParkTim, he was on it too. He came back. He tried to get back. Doctor said no. No, sir. You are not my patient. Get off my island. This is my island. You can see how close it was. Because this castle nearly died. Look at this burning castle. This pile of rubble, it's nearly fallen to the ground. But ParkTim will take the series 2-0. What a great match. Doctor, I've heard he's improving quite a lot. And I'm sure he will continue to improve, especially watching casts. If you're watching other people talk about your gameplay, think about what you're doing, and give you an outsider perspective, in my opinion, that's one of the best ways to learn, and one of the more fun ways to learn. It's not like you're watching over your own rec. That can feel quite dry as a way of learning, because you have to, find the faults yourself, and then tell yourself off for doing what you're doing in Age of Empires, and try and figure out ways to do things better. But it's a lot more fun, and you can get a lot more information from listening to other people. So really cool that you guys were both here. You just happened to be here for the cast. I was like, this is not planned. This is not announced anywhere. So I'm just going to just do it, and I probably won't see either of you guys. But both of you actually showed up. Both of you guys showed up. Just happened to be around on your lunch break. Happened to get a day off. It's my day off today. I've got a whole day off. I've done my chores. I went out. I mowed my lawn. Okay. I went for a run. I did my exercise. So I'm looking after myself, Doc. Don't worry about that. But then I sat down on my computer. I've done my stuff for the day. I probably got sunburn. I didn't put sunscreen on. Don't tell that to my doctor. But other than that, it's been a pretty good start to my day. We just got on straight onto the cast. And this has been a pretty fun set, not going to lie. The first game was very, very fun. So I'm going to turn off the rec here. Thanks to both of you for showing up in chat for this. And what a series.